Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelly, and today I want to teach you how to make another animal-based, some would say carnivore dessert. It all depends on what your definition of carnivore is, but there is vanilla extract in this recipe and there is some raw milk in this recipe. So if you're strict carnivore, then no, I guess this is not strict carnivore, but it is animal-based. The only plant food is vanilla extract in the recipe, but if that bothers you, don't add it. Anyway, so after making my carnivore ice cream recipe, I was inspired to make another carnivore animal-based dessert recipe, and I previously have gone to culinary school. I was a pastry chef. I'm no longer doing that. I have celiac disease and working with flour was making me very sick. But in school we learned how to make pastry cream and it was always my favorite, and I thought because it's pretty much animal based, I thought of making my own recipe without the sugar and without the cornstarch and giving it a try. So this is gonna be my first try doing this, and if this video goes up, that means it worked well. So let's get into it. So the first thing that the recipe calls for you to do is first you're going to need this. This is gelatin, pure gelatin packets. So this would be carnivore because gelatin is made from animals. So basically one packet is not the measurement you need. So you need a teaspoon and a half, which was about, it seemed like about half of one of these packets. And you can just get this gelatin at pretty much any store. I saw it available online anywhere, Walmart, Target. Anyway, so this is what you need. So the first thing, it says take a teaspoon and a half of gelatin and take 3 teaspoons of cold water. And it says just to mix them together. I'm gonna get a little spoon. I'll get one of my daughters. So we're just going to add the water, cold water, to the gelatin. And that was 3 teaspoons of cold water. And it says just to add it until it makes a little paste. Just like that. Okay, and now we're gonna set this aside. Okay, so here's where we're changing up this pastry cream recipe. So normally you would add egg yolks and cornstarch and mix them up together, and that would be this step. But because we're not gonna add any cornstarch, we're just gonna put egg yolks, 6 egg yolks, into another bowl, and we're just gonna whisk it up. So they're like, right. Okay, so now we're gonna move over to the stovetop. We're gonna take this bowl of egg yolks with us to be right next to the stovetop. Now we're gonna add 1½ cups of raw milk to a sauce pot. And if you're wondering, this is the raw milk that I use by Raw Farms. You can buy it at Sprouts in California. And we're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of just regular sea salt. And we're gonna turn the flame to medium heat. So we're just gonna give it a stir. You're gonna wanna stir it frequently until it just comes to a boil. And at this point, if you would like to add some kind of keto sweetener, you could add that in now, or even honey. I don't have honey currently. I don't really like honey, but I know everyone that's animal-based uses honey. It may taste well in this, so if you'd like to add some type of sweetener, now would be the time while the milk. Okay, so once the milk comes to just about, almost to a boil, just about like this, you can kind of see a small film on the top. Now we're gonna shut off the heat and we're gonna temper it into the egg yolks. Okay, so we're going to pour about half of this into this measuring cup, and then we're going to take our yolks and we're going to slowly temper. So now we're going to turn this back on to low heat. And we're going to whisk until it thickens. Because we do not have cornstarch in here, it may take a little bit longer, but I'm hoping still egg yolks should thicken. So we're just gonna have it on low heat and whisk it constantly until it gets a little bit thicker. Okay, so as you can see, it's got a thickened texture, and we're going to shut off the heat. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. We are going to stir this gelatin in. As you can see, it's already helped. The mixture's thickened a little bit more even. And we are going to add some pure vanilla extract. This is the one that I use. It's from Costco. And you're going to add 2 teaspoons. Okay, so the next step is to cover the bowl with plastic wrap and make sure that the plastic wrap is actually touching the egg mixture, and then we're going to refrigerate it for about 3 hours. I will keep you updated if that is enough time. Okay, so it's been 3 hours and it looks like it has stabilized quite a bit. See, it's not dumping. So I'm gonna grab a whisk and we're just gonna whisk it out and make it smooth. And then we're gonna whip up some heavy cream to fold into the egg milk mixture. Okay, so now we're gonna take 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. You can use raw or regular. I couldn't find raw, they were sold out. So this is just regular heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to pour it into the KitchenAid and whip it. Alright, so the moment of truth. Let's give it a try. I'm going to try some without the raspberry first. It tastes like unsweetened pastry cream. It tastes pretty good though. If you're... It definitely has the pastry cream. It has the pastry cream flavor. It's just not super sweet. So if you want it sweetened, like I said, you could add a sweetener, honey, or a keto sweetener, or sugar if you want. But to keep it animal-based or carnivore, don't add the sweetener. It came out pretty good. The only thing I think, well, no, it actually is pretty thick now. It seemed a little thin when I was whisking it, but it's actually a pretty good thickness for cream. So normally this cream would be used to fill like cream puffs or be in the middle of a cake, special cake. But I don't know, it's a different dessert, something different to try. If you're on carnivore or animal based, it can get kind of boring. And so that's why I made the ice cream video, and now I made this. And it's pretty good. It reminds me of cream puff filling, so yeah. I just want to add, you guys do not have to add any raspberries. I myself have been experimenting with adding some fruit back in just to see how I react. But this recipe does not need, you don't need to add vanilla, and you do not need to add any fruit if you want to keep it carnivore, like fully 100% animal based. So I just want to add that in. Sorry, my daughter's loud. No pressure. This recipe can totally be regular carnivore. So also, if you want this recipe to be like super thick, then I would add like 2 teaspoons of gelatin instead of 1.5. But it seems like it gets thicker as it refrigerates longer once you add the heavy whipped cream. So yeah, again, this is the first time that I made this recipe. I think it came out pretty good, or I wouldn't be letting you guys know. So now I would just transfer to a glass container and store in the refrigerator. And yeah, it's a great little treat. And please comment down below if you make this recipe and let me know what you think, different variations you do. And I would love it if you give this video a like and subscribe for more animal-based recipes and just videos in general.